Hi, my name is Ashley Voice, and I'm going to be speaking on potty training a toddler. Most parents that are new parents, or even parents who've been parents for a while, struggle with this, which is why I wanted to speak on it and give information on tips, tricks, and ideas to help with the potty training process when potty training your toddler. Myself, I have experience with this because I am a single mother of two toddlers. Both are boys. One is 5, the other is 2.5. Um, so as you can see, I've been through the potty training process once already. My 5-year-old, I actually had him potty trained within 3 days. Now, some people it's a breeze for, some kids it's easy, they're ready to go, and other kids they're not. I can honestly thank his childcare for helping me get him potty trained within 3 days because they were so consistent and coincided with what I do at home. They gave me a lot of tips and tricks also, which is what I'm gonna explain to you guys what works and not works. So because they were so consistent, it helped me with the process. To have him ditch his pull-ups and diapers and get in underwear. Now my 2.5-year-old is being very difficult and it's a struggle. Um, One thing I want to iterate is every child is different. Not every single child's gonna be ready at the same age or at the same time. So when I researched a lot of things, I found out through my sources what to expect and parents magazines that you do not want to force a child to use the potty. Just because you are ready does not mean they are ready. Even if they show signs that they're ready, sometimes they're not physically ready or emotionally ready to use the potty. So by you forcing them to go potty just because you don't want them in a diaper or pull up, it's going to prolong that process not only for the child but for you, and it's going to make it more difficult for the child to ever be ready to go potty. So just take your time when it comes to your toddler, and they will let you know when they're ready. I had to realize this with my 2.5-year-old because I've been pushing it for about 2 months now, and he shows a lot of interest and shows a lot of signs of being ready, but he's not physically or emotionally ready. He's scared, so I've kind of stepped back and I let me know when he wants to go to the potty or use the potty. That way it's on his terms when he's ready and it's not just on me. Now, when I say every child's different, I'm going to say this a lot. Not every child's the same. They're all going to be ready to potty train at different ages, whether it's some kids I've heard are ready at 12 months, others 2.5 years old, 3.5. It just depends on the child. And it's also been said that girls are a lot easier to potty train than boys. And of course, that is somewhat true because of the techniques with going potties completely different from boys from girls. So we have to consider that as well. Some signs that you know your toddler's ready for potty training is when they are verbal, telling you when they are peeing or pooping, of course. And then when they are showing you extreme discomfort or disgust that they're sitting in a dirty diaper, that's also another one that they're kind of ready. And they're grabbing at their diaper, showing you that it's kind of uncomfortable. Another one is, of course, they show interest in the potty. Always wanting to go to the potty, come with you to the potty. They want to flush the potty. They want to just sit on the potty just to try it out. They're interested in underwear. Another good one is if they're independent and they're capable of pulling their pants and underpants up and down. Um, as well as signs that they're ready. They go to the bathroom, whether it's peeing or bowel movement, on a schedule that you can recognize. Like they're pooping at the same time every day. It's like a consistent schedule that you realize. That's a really, really good indicator that they are ready because that way you know when you can take them potty. Another huge, huge indicator is if they wake up from an overnight the next morning in an overnight diaper and it's still completely dry. That is showing you that they're having really good control over their bladder and their bowel movements, and that's another indication that they're ready to go potty. As well as waking up from a 2-hour nap, or even um, a 2 hour nap dry or having a dry diaper within a 2 hour period. I don't think I mentioned this before, but I'm also a toddler teacher. I work at a childcare, so I do this for a living with helping potty train. So when we put our childs down for a nap, and they wake up after their 2 hour nap, or we check their diapers or pull ups every 2 hours and it's dry and there's nothing in it, that's another really good indication that they're ready to go potty, or use the potty, of course, and not being in a pull up or a diaper anymore. Some tips and tricks to get your child ready to use the potty is taking them in the restroom with you is a good thing so they can see where the potty goes. Having them help you flush the potty. Tips and tricks if they're scared of a big potty, get them a little potty chair. I know they have inserts for the potty or the ones that sit on the floor. Getting them interested, take them to the store and let them choose their own. That way they're that much more excited and interested to do it. Other tips and tricks are letting your child run around commando. I know that's kind of hard in public, but you can somewhat just put them in like shorts with no undies on underneath it. Or when you're at home, just leaving them naked from the waist down. That helps with them gaining that bladder and bowel movement control because they feel it coming, but there's nothing there to catch it. So they don't really have a choice but to let you know it's coming. Sometimes, of course, kids aren't really vocal and it's just going to happen, so you have to be prepared to be able to clean that mess up because sometimes that is possible to happen. Other tips and tricks, when they do have a bowel movement in their diaper, walk them to the bathroom, dump the contents into the toilet so they can correlate, hey, this is supposed to go in the potty, I'm supposed to go in the potty, let them flush the potty, of course, do all that. That'll start clicking with them that it's supposed to start going in the potty and going down the potty and not in their diaper anymore. Other tips and tricks. My resources also talk about the reward process. I know a lot of parents do this. You can have like a chart or a calendar and do like stickers, let them pick their stickers out every time they go potty, put stickers on that. You can do the lollipop technique where every time they go they get a lollipop. Just something to keep them interested. Always commend them and praise them whether they do go potty or don't go potty. They need that praise, they need that uplifting of confidence to do that. So always, even if they try, just tell them, good job, you tried going potty, we'll do it next time, we'll do it in a little bit. Which is really good. As the reward process, my resources also stated eventually you want to take that away and phase it out because you want the child to be confident in themselves that it's okay to go potty. It's nothing to be scared of. It's normal. It just has to go in the potty because we're a big kid now and we don't potty in our diapers. It's time for big kid undies. So that's another trick. A lot of praise no matter if they go or not. Also being very, 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 very consistent. So taking them every 15 minutes. That way they can get on kind of a schedule and get their bodies adjusted to go potty at the same time every day. Every 15 minutes, every 30 minutes. After lunch or after they drink, of course. Other tips and tricks. What do I have? Some kids can be very difficult. If they have a favorite toy, let them bring their toy in there, or a favorite book, read them stories, sing them songs, make it fun, get them excited and interested to go potty, because it's not something to be scared of. Again, it's not something you want to force. You want them to do it and be ready on their own. A child is going to tell you when they're ready to go, when they are ready to go. It's not based on us as parents or child care teachers. Make sure everybody in your life that has your child, whether it's their grandparents, that they stay consistent with what you're doing at home. So that way when they're at their grandparents or they're at school, it's consistent there too. It makes it a lot easier. It's an easier process for the child to understand. Now, when I talk about the difference, that all childs are different, like I keep saying this over and over again, because every child is different. They're going to be ready when they're going to be ready. Of course, they're somewhat going to show the same signs, but differences. When you potty train a girl, a lot of people say it's easy, it's a breeze. They just have to sit on the potty and go. So you just have to train them to sit and go potty and let it go. The only thing you really have to worry about making sure that they do is wiping front to back to avoid any kind of bacterial infections or anything. So making sure for that for girls. Now for boys, they are a little more difficult because you can potty train them two ways. You can sit them on the potty or you can have them stand. I read that the best technique at first, and I know being a mom also, the best technique is to sit them on the potty first to learn how to pee and go poop. The reason for this is sometimes when you do one, you do both. So if you're training your boy to stand first, it could be possible they do a bowel movement while standing. So it's always best to get them acquainted by sitting them on the potty first. And then you can lead to having them stand to go potty and pee in the potty. A lot of the old school tricks is put a Cheerio on the toilet, let them aim for the Cheerio, make it game, make it fun, to go pee in the potty. I also read in my sources of Parents magazine and What to Expect that some people use like food coloring or dye and they drip it in the potty and it makes like a little color dot. Have them aim for that as well. Techniques we use at the child care I work at is sitting the boy on backwards. Some kids might be scared because the potty's so big and they're so small that they fear falling it, that they're gonna fall in. So we like to turn them around and sit them backwards. That way they have a more comfortable feeling that they're more secure on the potty. And sometimes that works for some and sometimes it doesn't. But of course, for both genders of boys and girls, you want to teach them etiquette when they're done. For boys, putting the toilet seat down. Moms, women, we know this. You want them to put the seat down. Nobody wants to fall in the potty. It's gross. It's not fun. So, of course, teaching your son to do that. Put the potty down when he's done pottying, if he's standing to use the potty. And then, of course, washing their hands when they're done to prevent spread of bacteria or anything, which is really big. So, again, let me iterate that every child is different when they need or are ready to be potty trained. It's going to take time. It's going to be a long process. It's going to be a bumpy process. It's not going to be easy by any means. Some of you may have it easy while others struggle daily. But with time, they will be out of those diapers and pull-ups, I promise you, and it's going to be the best thing ever, and they're going to be using the potty like a big kid in no time. Just let them be ready. Don't force them to go potty. Don't force them to be ready. And everything will come out perfectly fine, and whether they're 2, 3, however old, when they're ready, they will let you know, and that's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong if it takes longer for some and it's quicker for others. Ask people for tips and tricks if they have others that I've mentioned. I know I've learned a lot from parents. At my job, I've given a lot of tips and tricks being a mother myself and a child care teacher. I've learned from my elders, my mom, my grandparents, as well. So everybody around you always has an opinion or advice to give. Whatever helps, try and utilize it. Don't give up, have faith, and your child will be potty trained in no time. So I hope you guys took some information and can use it to help potty train your toddler, whether it's a boy or a girl. It will be done. It's going to be a process, but it'll happen, I promise you. So thank you.